So we have 4,375 souls. It's not quite enough to do what I want to do, but it's enough to do most of what I want to do. So this is a merchant.
Buy something, anything. Oh, come now, help an old woman and buy something.
This character has various interesting things about her. Look at her hands. They're gonna have this black stink lines around them. If you attack her and she hits you, she will curse you. What cursing does is if you're human, it'll turn you into a hollow. If you're hollowed, it will increase the amount of hollow that you are, so that you lose more health. It's pretty nasty. And she'll do that every time she hits you. Every time she hits you, you're instantly cursed. And I believe if you're hollowed all the way, you'll start losing a little bit of health when you're cursed. So let's see what she has. Let's see what she has here. She's got the Traveling Merchant set, which is the thing that the Explorer starts with. Which is quite nice because the hat raises item discovery, so we're going to buy that. Mostly because it will give us more life gems. She also sells various things, 5 human effigies, 10 life gems. After we complete an objective in this area, she will move to Majula and sell unlimited life gems. So it sells 3 amber herbs, unlimited amounts of these throwing weapons, firebombs, which are the same as in Dark Souls 1. You could pick them up from items. Witching urns are what I picked up, which are like firebombs, only magic damage. There's lightning ones and poison ones and all kinds of different stuff. And some throwing knives, which are really nice. But she also has Pharos' Lockstone, which is a thing for unlocking secrets. We'll be getting around to one of those a little bit later, which is very nice. And Lenegrast's Key, which is what is required for the blacksmith shop. And the blacksmith's name is Lenegrast, which we didn't know. But now we do, so we'll buy that too. She also sells a couple of spells. If you didn't start as a sorcerer, or you just wanted more uses of Soul Arrow, this is where you get that. And the Heals Miracle, pretty much a lot of people can use the Heal Miracle by this point, just by investing in their faith and getting that Chime. You won't be getting a sorcery thing until a little bit later. So, but more classes I think could take advantage of the Heal Miracle because they start with higher faith, including even the Bandit, but they don't have enough, attunement to have any spell slots. So we bought a couple things. She also sells Broken Straight Sword, no reason for that. Hand Axe, also no reason for that, which we'll find in the very near future. But the Club and Cestus, or Kestus, punching weapons are pretty decent in this game. And they have really good scaling, as you can see. Although B scaling is dexterity. Well, the A scaling on strength is really good. Scaling on dexterity doesn't seem to be as good as on strength. I was kind of disappointed that dexterity weapons were not as good in this game as they were in Dark Souls 1. Scaling's a bit off, and the weapons have very low durability, so...
Thank you kindly.
Now, as with most merchants, like I mentioned Mullen, if you buy enough stuff, he will do something with storyline. There's an item you can get from her if you spend 10,000 souls. We've bought 1,850 worth of items from her, and we will buy this this Lockstone eventually. So that's about halfway. Most of the rest of it we'll probably spend on maybe firebombs or healing gems. But for now, we're not going to do that.
Lively times these are.
She seems pretty disappointed. So, let's examine this room further. We'll talk to her in a second. So up here is a door, but it's locked. But it's a wooden door. There's no key for this door, I don't think. So, you can just break it by punching it down. And on the other side is stuff. Treasure box. Let's open it. I see you over there in the corner. leather shield, which is another parrying shield. Jump attack on this dude. Kill him. Over here we get a hand axe, which is why you shouldn't buy that, and a radiant life gem, which is an upgraded version of the life gems we already have. Those aren't as common. Here's another metal chest, and inside we will see the source of some of those things on the ground, the small white sign soapstone. Now this is different than the normal white sign soapstone in that it has less of a duration, and I'll explain what that means when we actually start doing that stuff. So we also get an Estus Flask Shard, which is really good. So we can see an item directly down there, and to get that you just kind of edge off here a little bit, and just want to go straight down onto the item, or at least right in front of it. Right there. If you fail that because you're like a little bit hollowed or something, you might die, which is why there's stuff up there. And you can see on the floor here, this is a good example. This is a small one. This is a big one. The small ones, you're summoned for less time, basically. So, since we've completed that stuff, now I already have these guys are already here, and I guess since this guy's coming up, we'll wait until we do this area before moving on to turn in that thing. We also have Lendergrass's key we can turn in. So we can jump down here. You can see there's some blood stains down there. Just gotta be careful. If you bought the jumping ring from the cat, this part's a lot easier. Try a plunging attack. Don't mind if I do. But I missed. Okay. The guy hit me. But, you know, no big deal. I don't know why I keep one-handing my weapon. Probably because I keep switching my weapons and punching doors. So over here is a hole in the wall. You can see that two-handed sword guy from before. That's the same hallway we came in through at the beginning. But here we have a little bit of a jump to do. Not too hard. Get a human effigy here, which is quite nice. I'm not sure if you can walk up that platform to get to there, but hey, whatever. There's a man down here. Can I do a plunging attack on him? Probably. Ah. Not sure why I didn't hit that guy. It looked like my sword clipped right through him, but whatever. It's probably like one of those differences in level. Now this tree is extremely dangerous because it looks a lot farther down than it is. I mean, it looks like it's not as far down as it is, but if you fall off at the top of that, you'll probably die. So just be careful, get that torch. Guy's coming immediately after you kill us. Well, I guess not. I guess he didn't see me. Oh. Why are you being so cautious, dude? You're acting like a shield guy. I hate shield guys. The same flailing animation that the Broken Sword Hollows did in Dark Souls 1. Some of these guys don't even have weapons. They just kind of wander around. That guy didn't seem to even notice me. We'll backstab that guy. Oh, that reminds me. I never put on my hat, did I? Makes us look rather dapper. Look at that. Yeah, we got a monocle now. Can't see our glorious TV Frank hair, but, you know, whatever. I got a hollow soldier's helm. You see a man up there, hanging out by those warnings, presumably. Let's walk into this fire area briefly and then walk back out for no reason. Oh look! The guys came alive when we walked into that cave. How surprising! And our hat might be paying dividends already. Hello. I have a sword. Now, if you know what I'm looking at, you might be like, why did you bother doing one of those things you did earlier? Well, it's because I'm not a very consistent person sometimes. So you can see that that man over there shooting balls of doom at me. That is a salamander. And he's shooting fireballs at me because he hates my existence. So what we want to do is we want to wait until he shoots 3 times. You can see that door over there. I just kind of tried to go over to and open it really quick while there's a pause there. And then roll through. Sometimes he'll shoot you while you're opening the door, but you're invincible while you're doing animations like that, so it's alright. And he can't hit us while we're in here. The splash damage isn't quite far enough, but for doing so, we get a fire longsword, which is an instant upgrade to the weapon we just got able to use. And you can see there, we didn't actually need to upgrade our strength to get it. You can see it deals more damage. Quite a bit more damage. And I think, it's like 183 before, 186. It's also lying about that. It's a much more than that in the damage things, because of the way the attack animations work. And the two-handed strong attack is a thrust, which is really, really nice, especially in some of these narrow hallways, stuff like that. So let's get up here and go back through that area. I feel pretty comfortable using an Estus flask here, but I think I'll wait until after this great sword guy in the hallway here, just in case he hits me. Where'd he go? I can hear him walking around. Oh! No. Bad. Can't believe I didn't see him, but whatever. It's fine. Oh yeah, I killed him at the top of the ladder. I was like, what happened to the other guy? We might be doing a comparable amount of damage. I'm not sure. I like the thrust on this better. Now they both upgrade with, ooh, all infantry armor. It's crappy, but you know, it's nice to get items. What was I saying? They both upgrade with regular Titanite shards, so you can use them as long as you like. You can actually like dual wield them if you wanted to. Just like have two swords. This is the Titanite sword. It's like, yeah. Unfortunately, we can't power wield them because we need a certain amount of strength. If you tap it, it'll dual wield your. It'll double grip your right weapon. If you hold it, it'll double grip your left weapon. And this isn't a bad way of doing things, but there's no reason to do so in this area. But you can do like some pretty fancy combos. It's not particularly helpful. Now, we didn't quite get enough to buy that lockstone, so we might blow one of these things here. Let's use up, let's see, we need... how much do I need to level up? 1049. I'm gonna need 2 more points of dexterity for another weapon. So if I used some of these items, I would have that much, so... Plus the 4,000 I need for the Hyde Lockstone, or the Pharos' Lockstone. Let's use 2 of these, and I think that'll be enough.
Don't abandon a poor old...
Not quite. Not quite. Let's buy this Lockstone here. Now, something you want to do if you're unsure about your prowess in an area is spending all your souls at merchants before moving onward, especially, you know, right after resting at a bonfire. You can see the utility of having 2 weapons around. You see I hit him with both of them, and if you're power wielding, you'll swing both of them at the same time, which is quite nice. I think that should be enough to level up twice. If not, it should be close enough that I could just kill a couple of pigs and do it. That'll let me use a weapon I'm about to get right now, a short bow, which is something you always get here, so...
Is that a shard you found?
As a matter of fact, it is.
Here, to see. However...
I'm just going to skip her dialogue. This will give us 3 Estus flasks. Yeah. Somebody's dancing around naked. Found your key.
I'm a blacksmith.
He doesn't say anything unless we open the door for him. Let's loot his house before we tell him, though. Inside here, there is a short bow. So, this guy will not immediately start selling things.
Ah, yes, very good. Now I can get to work. But first, let me set up. Come again later.
So later on, he will have his shop set up. Let's get nothing in our hand.
Bearer of the curse.
I should have enough to level up twice, so I can equip that bow. I don't have any arrows for it, so there we go. 32 souls left over. That would be enough to buy 3 arrows, if that guy was actually selling things. No, but he's not. Now, I'll be going back and forth from Majula to there several times during this. This is called Cardinal Tower, by the way, the area I was just in. Because, well, you can just do the entire area and then go back, but I like getting the things that you're getting from this while you're going back, and it's demonstrating that stuff is changing, which is pretty nice. So we're pretty much done down there. There's nothing else I can get down there. I think I got all the items. Fairly certain. Most important being the fire longsword, of course. So we can proceed with the area. So the progress is down here into this area. And if we look down there, you can see that guy down there. That's a salamander. That's exactly like the thing that was shooting at us before. You can shoot at him from up here with arrows, but they don't deal very much damage. The way you kill him is you either go down there and mix it up with him, which is a little bit easier than it sounds, because they kind of kill you as you're approaching, and they're very hard, but you can kind of circle around them, or actually let them push you in a circle, and kill them pretty easily. I'll demonstrate that later. Item, a firebomb. I didn't even know that guy had firebombs. But you can jump down here if you have the cat ring and fight those guys. You can also poison them, which is very effective, so you can get some poison arrows later in the game to do that with. You can also use spells or just upgrade your thing. I was trying to jump attack him, but it didn't seem to work. Don't have the timing perfect on that. So there's a door right there. It's locked. It looks like a wooden door, but we can't break it. Where here is a door that is a metal door. It does not open from this side. So clearly that's a shortcut. And this area has several shortcuts in it, actually, which is pretty nice. Because this is a fairly long area for this part of the game. There's another door here. Can't break it. And the door is a metal door. There's a man here. And I hit the wall again. The skeleton got fucked up. Okay. Let's go through the mist here. It's not a boss, just an area here. Okay, so this area is pretty nasty because there are a lot of arrow guys here, and there's a couple of guys who's going to come across the roof and come to get me now. So let's just wait for them to come across here. There goes this guy coming up the ladder there. Now these guys over here can drop arrows, so if you have a bow in your inventory, you can start using it pretty much immediately. They can also drop bows, I believe. So, hear the telltale sound of arrows. It's hard to lock onto this guy because this branch is bigger than it looks. So, you see it was kind of weird me falling off there. Didn't take too much damage though. Got a hollow soldier helmet. Kind of looks cool. It's like the... oh, we already had one of those. It's a different armor set. You can get those. Those are actually pretty good. That armor set's alright. Probably not as good as the one we're wearing though. And the only way down here is to jump down here. So there's a guy around the corner here. You can kind of bait him around here by just hiding. I'm using both of my swords again. No, there's something I never explained, and there's a reason why you might not want to be having 2 swords on you. It's because your weight limit, if you go above 70 on your weight limit, then you'll slow down. You'll start, like, rolling different. And you won't roll as far, and ow, it's staggered. All right, let's jump down to here. Ooh, that made me took more damage than I thought it would. So, but we're fine right now. And that's based on one of, I think, endurance? Which stat is that? Vitality. Endurance is your stamina. So to get back across here... Oh, notice this area through here. Can't get to there yet. We actually can't do that until we fight the first boss. So... we'll be going there in a little while. So, since we've dropped down there, we have to go back up here. And this is one of the dangerous areas that it may have been a bug, but you have to jump across here to that platform over there. And I got hit by an arrow as I was jumping across. And when it hit me, it stopped me dead in my tracks, and I fell into the pits. It may have just been my poise, or it may have been a bug, or it may have been I hit an invisible beam or something like that. But whatever, for whatever reason, I fell into the hole. We could climb up this ladder to get over at that other arrow guy, but we'll go through here first. I'm sure nothing bad will happen. Oh wait, there's a boulder. That guy had visions of boulder, let's say. Another human effigy. Good. So let's go talk to this guy up here, who... I kind of spoiled there was a guy here by saying, let's talk. He's a weird fellow, just kind of scrabbling about in the dirt.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just daydreaming, I think. My name is Kale. I'm a traveler, like yourself. I'm navigating the continent to create a map. Why cartography, you ask? Well, that's a good question. When I first came to this forsaken land, it was... a curse? Something about a curse? How embarrassing. I seem to have lost my focus. But I do know one thing for certain. I have always been very fond of maps.
So he's a bit confused too.
I came to this land some time ago. Drangleic, the Lost Kingdom. It sounded so romantic. Have you seen Majula? Oh, there's a rather spacious mansion there. I've made it my temporary home. Well, as something of a squatter, I'm afraid.
Huh. So, if you might be tempted, just leave now, but you need to talk to him. Like, well, I suppose you don't need to talk to him, but it's a good idea to talk to him and exhaust his dialogue.
Inside the mansion, I found a strange map, like none I'd ever seen. I believe that it's a map of Drangleic. Now I'm traveling the land to prove it. Yes, that's it. That's why I came to the kingdom. Wait, no, that wasn't it. Then what? I don't seem to recall.
Something about a curse? Yeah, he's undead too.
Were you looking for that map? Wonderful. Then you're fascinated by maps, just like me. Shame on you. You should have told me before.
What?
Here, take this. A key to the mansion.
And that's what we're looking for.
What a joy to meet a kindred spirit out here. Incredible, really, isn't it? Such a map to be chiseled in stone. Oh, but one thing. I would not venture deep into the mansion. I can't be certain, but I've heard disturbing noises. Something about it feels wrong. Just be careful, please. I'll be back in Majula soon. Perhaps we will meet again and discuss maps at our leisure.
Alright, so that's his dialogue. Up here's an item. Amber herb. Now, if you don't exhaust his dialogue, I think nothing special happens, but you definitely do want to get the key, because there's some really good stuff inside that mansion that I might just want to go back to the mansion right now to do. I probably should have waited to do that key turn-in and stuff to do that, but, hey. Oh, that was a terrible dodge, me. You knew that was going to work. Why'd you do that? Hollow infantry helm. That's something I think I picked up. No, I didn't. You get that from these guys. And you can actually find a non-hollow version, which is part of the set that goes with the one that Mullen sells. So you can go back now, but let's make it a little bit easier to do so. Now, oddly enough, this guy is easier to sneak up on and attack with a backstab from the front, and I'm not sure why. Ah, there's a guy here who wants to be summoned at this particular place. I wonder why. Well, I suppose we can find out, can't we? But first, let's do something like this. Let's just stand over here by these barrels. These black barrels. I'm sure nothing will happen if anything bad happened to them. Oh, right, the spear guy. Let's throw this spear guy away. And these spear guys, it pays to be aggressive sometimes, because if you just stand back and let them walk around, they will often just block with their shield the whole time. So throw a firebomb at me over here, bro. What the hell was that? He might not be cooperating here. And it didn't hit where I wanted it to hit. Specifically these barrels for no reason. Come on. Do it. You throw like a girl. Whatever. Get down here. Tired of your stuff. You can kind of bait him to come down. I may not want to. It's less dangerous to do it this way. But he doesn't really want to cooperate. Okay. Well, let's do it the YOLO way then. We got a fire sword. Boom! If you hit those barrels with a fire attack, they explode. And, yeah. Unlock a secret path to here. Let's actually go back to Majula and explore that mansion really quick, because, well, there's a specific item we can get in there. And, well, since we've actually come back here, we unlocked Leningrast's merchant options, so we can use those at the moment to get some arrows or whatever, which is pretty nice. So there's a reason I suppose to do it in this order, although it might seem a little bit circuitous, in that, you know, you gotta come back here twice anyway to get some stuff. So let's explore. It's a nice room here full of books. Here's some disturbing sounds. We get another Pharos' Lockstone. Don't worry about buying the one from her. You're gonna need plenty of them anyway. And you need to buy a bunch of shit from her anyway, so... you might as well make it something that'll be coming in handy. So those disturbing sounds you're hearing are actually the little piggies outside, so... maybe that's what he's talking about. But this is the map he was referring to. And he says not to go deeper into the mansion, but we're going to do so anyway, because when somebody tells you not to do something in a game, you do it. There's a skeleton down here. These guys are pretty nasty if you aren't as well equipped as I am. You can see he deals a lot of damage. But Fire Longsword makes short work of him. Get a human effigy off of him. I don't think there's any other enemies in the area, but I gotta transport with the bonfire anyway, so I might as well heal up. This skeleton has an Estus Flask shard on him. And in here, we've got a very special looking chest, and inside is a very, very, very useful item. Depending on how you're playing. It's a soul vessel. What the soul vessel does is it will let you respec your character back at the things betwixt, at one of the old ladies. Shows this to a certain person, and it has a real allocation of levels. But if you use it without doing that, you just lose all your souls. It sucks. So just go back there, talk to one of the old ladies, and they will let you respec. Unfortunately, it doesn't, like, refund all your souls. I suppose that would be an overly complicated way of doing it, but, you know, there are certain level points that people want to stay at for PvP and stuff like that. And if you pass that point, well, you might as well just go all the way up to infinity, because at that point, it's hard to connect to anyone until you get to the top, so... Or not, it's not hard, but people up to, after a certain point, can connect to anybody within that range, which is really nasty. I've never been that high, though. So we got a 3 Titanite shards and 3 torches, which is quite nice. I think we have a total of 5 Titanite shards now. Yep, that would give us almost enough to have a +3 weapon. Which is the size you can get it with Titanite shards. So we'd have a +3 Titanite sword or a +3 Fire Longsword. Either of which would be really, really good at this level. And we could pretty easily get through the next part of the game with that. With very little difficulty. Though I'm going to save them just in case I get another weapon. So, I don't think there's anything else here.